2016. Keeping up with the international and Olympic standards to maintain your mental and physical health. The building, which was inaugurated in 2002, is named after Saint Francis Xavier, one of the founding members of the Society of Jesus. The building houses undergraduate science faculties and Laboratory of Applied Biology of international repute in tissue culture. The most recently constructed
Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. Good morning to all. St. Aloysius College Autonomous is a 142-year-old reputed institution catering quality education to the youth in this part of the country. At present, there are more than 6,800 students with 314 staff members. The college has more than 20 postgraduate programs. It has a number of accolades. To highlight a few, it is re-accredited by NAC with A grade with CGPA 3.62 out of 4. The college is ranked 95 under NIRF in 2021. It is recognized as a Center for Research Capacity Building under UGC Stride Scheme and also under DBT Builder Scheme. College is conferred star status by DBT and recognized by UGC as college with potential for excellence. Today, the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, St. Aloysius College Autonomous Mangaluru, in collaboration with IACHE, is happy to organize a leadership development program on the theme Reimagining Internationalization. IACHE, the All India Association for Christian Education, is a professional association of more than 500 Christian higher education institutions in India. The vision of IACHE is to give Christian institutions a recognizable character and set high ideals of life and service, which will inspire them continuously to strive to meet emerging needs and challenges. This program will be a unique one, which will help students to advance their skills and explore new horizons. It will provide a platform to nurture students' personality and make them competent to flourish in their personal and professional life. Before we begin this session, it is apt that we seek the blessings of the Almighty through a hymn.
As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. You alone are my strength
I take immense pleasure in welcoming all who are a part of this session. We are delighted to have amidst us as our resource person, Ms. Samira Fernandes, Director of EcoSol Global. A hearty welcome to you, dear madam. We have the Principal of St. Aloysius College Autonomous, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ. A warm welcome to you, dear father. We are happy to have around 500 student participants from different colleges and students from St. Aloysius College. A cordial welcome to you all, dear students. It is indeed our privilege to have our principal, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ, being elected as the President of IRCHE, Karnataka region, and as one of the IRCHE Executive Board members in the recently held 140th meeting of the IRCHE Executive Board. Our principal has always been a visionary and thinker and a true role model to all of us. May I now request you, Father, to deliver your message.
Respected Ms. Samira Fernandes, the resource person of the day, my dear students from different colleges, good morning to you and a warm welcome to this wonderful leadership development program organized by St. Aloysius College Autonomous, Mangaluru and IRCHE, All India Association for Christian Higher Education. My dear students, you are entering into a new phase. We are always in the world of change, and they say change is constant. Today, we will be opening ourselves to a wonderful conference on the theme Reimagining Internationalization. You have seen the world has changed, the whole scenario has changed. There's so much of scope for students who think of doing their studies abroad, and a lot of student exchanges, cultural exchanges, and various other important activities going on. And we are all thinking in terms of your future. Your future is very important for us in education. Your employability, your making life, how you succeed in the future. All that will be today unraveled to you in this wonderful conference on reimagining internationalization. I would like to especially thank and congratulate our resource person, Ms. Samira Fernandes, the director of EcoSol Global. She gave this conference yesterday to many principals of Karnataka and also to the faculty members, and they were all enthralled and excited to know there's so much of scope and possibility. Ms. Samira Fernandes is a renowned person, and definitely she will also guide you and mentor you and support you in your dreams. Have a great vision for yourself. So I wish all the participants all the best to have a wonderful time. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Father. I now take this opportunity to introduce to you all a dynamic personality, Ms. Samira Fernandes. Ms. Samira Fernandes is a global educationist, a seasoned industry institute professional with more than 20 years of experience in diverse sectors such as manufacturing, retail, food, construction, education, etc. across the globe. She completed her master's in corporate communication from Manipal Institute of Communication, Mahe. She is currently a research scholar in the field of global leadership competencies. Apart from being a certified change management practitioner and strategic communications professional UK, she is also the director of EcoSol Global. Presently, she is on the managing committee of the Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce and part of leadership pillar of the Confederation of Indian Industries, Indian Women's Network. She is also an European boardroom advisor and a member of the advisory board News Karnataka. She is a recipient of many awards: Nirbhaya Award 2018, Chanakya Award 2021, Women of Influence Award, and Ethical Journalism Award. She has authored 2 books, Educating the Next, and The Price of Truth, released by the Honorable Education Minister, Government of Karnataka. We are happy to have you amidst us, madam. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. And first of all, sincere, heartfelt thanks to St. Aloysius College, Autonomous, Mangalore, for leading the way and paving positive change and growth. I was at the campus yesterday and to see the principal, Father Praveen Matis, going leaps and bounds and doing things to inspire the community is a great sign forward. And what I really love is it starts with the basic foundation. It starts with the roots. And I think that is a sign of leadership. When you know exactly what you want, you take the effort, you take the time to start it right from within. And this is what Father Praveen, the principal of St. Aloysius College, did yesterday. I also appreciate, the values of collaborations and partnerships, tying up with IACHE, looking at more than 400 colleges come together all over India to look at positive leadership makes a difference. News Karnataka, who is live streaming this, reaches out to 60 plus countries across the world. And that itself is true testament to our times when all of us can work collaboratively and collectively to make this union possible so that all of us benefit from it. So it's really a pleasure and a delight to be with you all today. I would like to start by sharing, a presentation of what we are running through. But before that, this is going to be a very interactive session. A lot of surprises in store for all those who participate at the same time. So we have our chat box with us, and let us ensure that we keep our communication as ongoing as possible. Let's go to the basis of our presentation, which is all about you are a leader and explore it. I want to ask you before we start, what are your expectations? Do you want to be a leader? And if so, what is it that you want to be in life? If I can ask you to kindly put your responses on the chat box. You want to be a leader in dash. So I'm just going to type it here and say, I want to be a leader in dash, dash, dash. Yeah? So let's get everyone, because once we are focused on what we have in mind, that's going to take us forward. So, and we have some surprises at the end of this. So I would invite all of you to give us your points, share your thoughts so that we can take it forward. So let's ask yourselves, I want to be a leader in, can you please put it down? So while we have answers coming, it is really important that we look at the basis of leadership. And for that, I'm going to share the slides. I'm just going to see if I can open it right now. So we have Ajmal Roshan, who says, I want to be a leader in the education field. That's excellent, Ajmal, because I need to tell you, the field of education is fast evolving, as you can see. A lot of things that were not happening in the past today centers around education. So we have Anusha, who says, I want to be a leader in my life. Anusha, I think that's really great that you're looking at, steps in different fields ahead. And I think that is important because no matter what we do, let us do the best. We have why Apoorva. Apoorva, who says leader in the field of archaeology. And I'm just going to quickly read. Virology, says Ian, and vaccine research. Godwin says management. And Nathan says IT and innovation. We have Joel, who wants to be a leader in the world leaders. Ankita, who wants to be a a leader in the field of business, and Justin with software. And Sahala says leader in my life. We have Meghna and Kenneth, leader in society. Excellent. This is great. Um, it's good to see leader in chemistry as per Mahima. And Sheldon says, I want to be in a reputed company. We have Ahmed, who talks about in the field of business, Yuva in voiceless people. Okay. Anjum, you talk about a leader where people would be inspired. That's an inspirational leader. Ramona says leader in business. Arun Mia in biotechnology. Neola in the marketing field. Nikita says in the field of education. Vijoy in politics. This is great. And then we have Mayur, who talks about, I want to be a leader in battlefield handling souls of men. Okay, I need to find out what that means. But we have Lakshmi, who says in the corporate world, and Rahul, the marketing leader. And we have Pooja, who wants to be in accounts, and Akila in administration. Really lovely inputs coming in. And I think it's so diverse. Jensen wants to be a leader in the field of sports. Well, now I'm going to ask you, before we move ahead, what are some of the traits you feel a leader needs to have? Can we look at 3 traits? By the way, we're going to monitor your conversations. So please respond. And we're going to have a prize for the lucky winner who is very interactive and who has promising leadership skills. So all those who are looking at being a leader, the first step I should tell you is excellent communication, which you all have currently. So I think that's really, really, really great, great growing. Let me tell you a secret sauce of my life. No matter what you do, what you have, it is very important that you communicate it to others. Yeah. So once you communicate it, that makes a big difference. So we have Joel, who talks about motivation, inspiration, listening skills, and confidence. And Vaishnavi, yes, confidence, patience, communication. Rahul Ezidor talks about communication skills that justifies your personality. Well, self-confidence. And Ankita talks about motivation, inspiration, and belief. And let me tell you, no matter what profession you are in, no matter which facet of life, wherever you have something, please speak up, share your views so that, the minute you share your views, people then see that you have an opinion, and an opinion can always change. A perspective can always change. We have Dia, who talks about communication skills, about understanding, because communication should work from both sides. Clarissa Dias talks about perseverance. Very, very, very important, Clarissa, in today's day and age. Because when there's an opportunity, there are a lot of people around us who want to make use of that opportunity. And, it's only when we persevere, that's when people know we are so serious about it. Dion talks about responsibility, communication, and confidence. And we have Nishil, who says being a good listener. Yes. Goal setting. That's great. I now want to shift focus, okay, to a quick question that I would like to ask you all. The question I want to ask you is, what do you feel is missing in today's world when it comes to issues that the youth are facing in colleges? What is the one thing that you feel is currently missing out? Okay, that's great. We have Alison who talks about a communication gap. So true, Alison. We have Ankita who talks about offline classes. Yes, morals and self-confidence initiatives. What else do you feel is something that the youth of today are missing out on? Sheldon talks about trust and a sense of fraternity. So true. So now what I would like to do is I would like to share, a few things about where we currently stand with regards to, yes, a lot of things, guidance from a vibrant leader. And very soon, I'm going to share a few success stories with you on things that are possible. I just want to know if you can see my screen. Yeah, one second. Can you? Yeah, so this is my screen here, and I just want to know if you can see it. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me just find out who can share. Okay, so while we get the screen sharing done, I'm just going to open it again. Yeah? Okay. Can you see the screen? Is it visible to all of you? Yeah, okay, great. So, you know what it talks about? It says, the best project you'll ever work on is you. What does that mean? What does it mean when we talk about, working together on ourselves? How does it make a difference? Is it, do you feel it is worth us working on ourselves? So I want to ask you a question now. If there are three areas of development of yourselves, yes, Prajwal, you said knowing ourselves better, exactly that. And I want to ask you all, let's take today for the next hour that we are working on ourselves right now. And this is our project. What are the three things we can look at in terms of ourselves? So, for example, maybe what I would, some areas for me could be maybe better time management, maybe, scheduling my task for the day better, and maybe priorities. So that's me, you know. So I think these are my areas uh, of development, which is time management, and the second could be hopefully, yeah, priorities, and maybe scheduling things better. Yeah. So maybe these, for me, would be some areas where I need more development on. Yeah. How about you all? Can you please share, maybe 1 to 3 areas thinking that you are the project, and this is where we can work on ourselves. So Kenneth says tackling procrastination. How many of us are keeping things until tomorrow? And I think, yes, We have Pavitra saying time management, working on a more approachable personality, procrastination, not hopping hobbies without properly entering into one, being organized. So true. And we have Sheldon who says, I need to learn time management. Apoorva, positive attitude, organizing, focusing on necessary things. Yes. And observation, communication, and discipline, according to Nidhi. Great. Understanding punctuality. So while that happens, yes, I think we have great inputs coming in at the moment. So I hope you can see the next slide. Pooja talks about time management, exploring in education. So true. Have you decided, Pooja, which career you would like to choose, what you would like to do in life? So, if you look at the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, he talks about once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. And what does that mean? Once we make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. So, my question now to you all is what is the one thing that you want to do in life? If you can put that down, where the entire universe across us can come and help you get what you want. I need you to be very specific. For me, it could be perhaps, you know, uh, I want to reach out to all educational institutions across Karnataka and talk about, how character formation in education is important. So maybe that is my aim. Okay. Nikita talks about being an inspiring lecturer, concentrating on your goals. Pursue psychology, according to Riafs. Okay. Yes. Archaeology. Wow. This is great. And I hope all of you are putting in information. What is the one area? I want to reach a position where no one has reached before. But Sheldon, you need to be specific, my dear. You need to tell us what exactly are you looking for? Because, Pooja, I want to be a chartered accountant. That's great. You need to be very specific on what you want. Because when travel, says Anusha, because once you are specific, what happens next is, the entire world can conspire. Data analyst, as to Neola. When you say, okay, so we have one here who says, I want to be an investment banker. Great. So let's go to the next step. If you want to succeed, double your failure rate. What does that mean? What does it mean, double your failure rate? Can you please put that down? I want to take a beautiful position in police, start business. Okay, great. If you want to succeed, how do you double your failure rate? Can you please let me know? How can you double your failure rate? Excellent, Vaishnavi. I think that's a great point. Take greater risk. Alison, and we have Aiden, who talks about fail more, try, failure is part. Failure is the stepping stone to success. So make your failure a target, fix a goal, says Farzeeb. Aisha says practice more, and practice makes perfect. And we have be make an attempt. And Yuva says learn from mistakes, exploring the untrodden roads. Well, I think this is really great that you're putting, because it is important for us. Ajmal says, try again, fail better. Amazing. Yes, take more risk, Divya. And I think that is great. So we have a message from Courageously Take Challenge That Helps You Perceive What You Want by Apoorva. And Nitin says, believe in yourself until the success is achieved. May I request, you to unmute yourselves? Yeah. Can we see if we can unmute ourselves? May I request the admin team? We have, I think we have some great inputs coming in at the moment. And I'm just going to also check with, with the admin if I can have you all unmuted so that you can share your opinions as well. Yeah. And while that happens, yeah, yeah. Can we unmute? Can we unmute everyone? Hello. Hello. Can we unmute everyone? Yeah. So let's see if we can have you given your views here, because I think great views coming in. And while we do that, hello. Morning. Yeah. Good, good. I'll call you. So, so we would like to see if we can unmute you all, but till then, let's go to the next slide, which talks about, leadership. And while we do that, let's also see, for example, failure is demanded in order to grow. Success is just an ego booster, according to Amik. And realize your mistake and learn from it, according to Rahul. So much going on right now in the field of, in the field of communications. And I think what we need to understand is, what we need to understand is, where is the future and where does that lie? So while we do that, let's go to the next slide at the moment. I hope you can see the screen. Yeah. The next slide talks about famous failures. I hope you can see the screen. Yeah. And this is where we have, I just want in the chat box if you can see my screen at the moment. Yeah, great. Perfect. I really appreciate the responses, Nadine, and we have Nikita, Aisha, Joel, and many others who are coming in. Great. We are screening the entries received because I told you we're going to give out a special prize, but you need to ensure that you've logged in with your full name. I have someone here which says Redmi 8A, and unfortunately, I do not know your name, but I think you're excellent in responding. So please, ensure that you are here with the right name so that we can keep a touch on what's happening. Great. So let's look at famous failures. And I think failure is a very integral part of success. The first one, Abraham Lincoln, and you know how he failed in business 3 times while he was campaigning 7 times prior to him becoming the US president. And then we had Abraham Lincoln, who talks about he did not speak until he was 4 years old. And his parents really thought he was like abnormal. And he was expelled from school because his teachers described him as being mentally slow. Michael Jordan was cut out from school, from the high school basketball team. And you know why? Because he lacked the skill. Can you only imagine what he has achieved after that? And then you have obviously legendary Bill Gates, and he was a Harvard University dropout, and his first business, was a complete failure. And you can only imagine how much he is doing with philanthropy at the moment. Thomas Edison's teachers told him he was too stupid to learn anything. And today, the whole world revolves around his inventions. And obviously, Steve Jobs, at 30 years old, he was left devastated and depressed after being unceremoniously removed from the company he started. But he went back to the company and he did so much after going back there. And I think that is where, as Nikita earlier said in her chat, the power of perseverance is so important because that makes a difference. And Oprah Winfrey, she had a rough and abusive childhood and she was fired from her job as a reporter because they said she was actually unfit for TV. And can you believe it? It is the same lady who's gone back and she's literally the queen of the screen at the moment. And then we have many others. Marilyn Monroe, who was dropped by 20th Century Fox after a year because her producer told her that she wasn't pretty or talented enough to be an actress. And today most women around the world still consider her a legendary fame when it comes to beauty and talent integrated all into one. And we have Henry Ford, who was a failure at 3 businesses before finally succeeding with the Ford Motor Company at the age of 53. And so many other success stories that we have. And I'm going to ask you now, what do you want to succeed in at life? What is the one thing where they say, for example, I want the world to say Samira Fernandes has succeeded in motivating the youth of today to take up unconventional jobs or careers. So I want you to put your name down and say, Meghna Pai has succeeded in doing this. Can you please put in those statements with your name? Joel Saju has succeeded in doing this. 20 years from now, what do you want people to write about you? Please put that down. I want to say to the world that Aisha inspires others as a person. Bravo, bravo, Aisha. That's Aisha Ansa giving a response on that. So all of you, please put in your name. Oh, this is lovely inputs. Anusha Butt has succeeded in making her parents proud. Great, Anusha. And we have Nishmita, who succeeded in keeping her words and has been truly my man. Karthik has succeeded as a famous entrepreneur. Joel says, I want the world to say that Joel Saju is the best leader they have ever seen. Wow. I want to listen. I want your names in it, your full names. Brinda KR has successfully become an ACCA affiliate. Wow. 20 years from now, 15 years from now. Mahima has succeeded in becoming a lecturer. Rahul Dravid has succeeded in being a listener who can guide others in their well-being. Amazing. Tanu Sharma has succeeded in motivating people to become success. I want all of you with your names right now to talk about where Dion Glenn brags he has succeeded as an entrepreneur. Great, Dion. Great, great making. Great in the making. Oh, Janvisha has been awarded as the best lecturer in her college. Janvisha, have you decided the college that you would like to be part of? Mehak has succeeded in becoming a company secretary. Charan has succeeded in making his nation proud. Ah, Vijay has succeeded in being a prime minister. That's great. That's great. And I think, you know something, the minute you manifest, the minute Sandhya to see as an incredible women entrepreneur and empower other women in their career towards progress. I would like to teach in my college itself, Javisha says. Javisha, which college are you from? I'm sure your college is already proud of you. Rahul succeeded as a digital marketing manager. Olin Naina D'Souza has succeeded in getting into the insurance sector. Abdul Kalam has succeeded as a scientist. Great. So while we have inputs coming in, Javisha says St. Aloysius College. That's great, Javisha. And while we have inputs coming in, I want to ask you all, what is also one of your most famous failure? I hope you can see the screen at the back. And yeah, can we have the participants on unmute? Yeah, okay. If you can just, activate that. Thank you. Thank you. Sandhya says she's from St. Joseph's College of Commerce. Great, Sandhya. And I think it's great to see this going. And now I want to ask you all a quick question. I know it's one of the worst questions for you all to even think about. Yeah. I think you can, raise your hands, unmute yourselves. And I want to ask you, what will be your famous failure? And I want to say Samira Fernandes has one of her most famous failures is in not spreading innovation and creativity across the world, for example. So for example, I want to know, what is your famous failure?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Please share your name, your college, and your famous failure. Go ahead.
So I'm Apoorva from SMS College, Brahmavara. At
Yes.
this stage, because I'm just in degree, for me, the greatest failure was to try to make my parents understand that I want to pursue archaeology. For a long time, I couldn't make them understand that it's okay to take up the field that you want. But then now I have succeeded.
Amazing, amazing. And I think, that is the spirit we all should have, trying out something really different. And I hope Anusha also comes to speak to us, Anusha Butt, because I think she's got something really good to share. But Apoorva, thank you for sharing. And we will go to Ajmal Roshan. Ajmal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Very much, Ajmal. Go ahead. And listen, my friends, show us your video. It's okay wherever you are. Show us your face, show us your video. Go on. Maybe today will be our first chat together or our last chat together, but trust me, you're going to benefit from it. We would like to see you all. Ajmal, you're looking wonderful. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. So if I talk about one of my failure, as I've mentioned, my niche or my vision is to provide quality education to everyone. So as an initial step during my graduation days, I initiated a YouTube channel called Billion Dreams 101. So my intention is to provide that similar education what the edtech companies are providing to the world for free. But I was not able to grab a team. Even my close friends, they were not confident enough to come forward for that. So at last it ended up like I do some animation and still the channel is going on, but it didn't reach up to my vision. And I hope one day I will reach my vision. Thank you, ma'am.
Ajmal, beautiful sharing and hats off to you. And I'm sure one day you will be a success. And, we work very closely with all those who dare to dream and help them make it a success. So we'll keep in touch, Ajmal, and I wish you all the best. Nikita, over to you now.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. This is Nikita Immaculate from St. Joseph's College of Commerce, Bangalore. And my biggest failure story is me having failed in my English literature. And yeah, I was put down a lot because of my English teacher. And she told me that I wouldn't get English in my life. I wouldn't have to think about that language itself in my life. And it so happened that this failure encouraged me and motivated me to what I am today. And I actually became the editorial committee coordinator, and I also led my college union, English union, in my PUC, and I was the editorial committee coordinator in my PG. So I think that was my success story as well. It converted into a success story because of that failure. So I think, thank you so much, ma'am.
Amazing, Nikita. And I think what you have done is really inspiring because at a time when, there can be a lot of negativity around, as I mentioned, failures are common, but to rise above the failures, be perseverant, may put a success story in place is what you have already done. So I think
Thank
that's
you so much, ma'am.
really great going. Hats off to you. And who else? Okay, we have Rahul Dravid here. Rahul, I really want to see you as well. Please show us your face. And we have Pavitra also next. So let's go ahead. Rahul, over to you. Pavitra, I'm sorry, but asked to unmute. Okay. So
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. This is Pavitra from Jyoti Nivas from Commerce.
good to see you, Pavitra.
Yes, ma'am. So my famous failure is I studied in Tamil Nadu from first to 8th standard. So I'm not familiar with English or Kannada or any other languages. I know only the Tamil. So I came to Bangalore to study 9th because to improve our English knowledge such as. So my parents decided to come here and we came here Bangalore. We searched many colleges, many schools. They didn't accept us because after 9th, 10th, I should write the public exam. So it will be difficult for me. So no one accepted us. So we have faced a lot of problems. But anyway, by God's grace, I got one school, the St. Gaspar in Dodnagmangala, which is located near the Hosur Road. So I went there, I studied 9th, and I went forward to 10th by many difficulties, and I met with an accident before attending the public exam. I was stuck with 1 month after the accident, so I didn't study. I got injuries in my mouth, so I faced very much difficulties, and I didn't study properly. I didn't attend the exams properly. So after that, I got very afraid, but with many difficulties, I put my effort and I learned. I'm waiting that result for the 10th results, and I got distinction, and I passed in every subject in any English, Kannada, Hindi, all the subject I passed with above 80, and in Kannada I got 99. So I'm
Wow.
my
And I think that is really great to hear, Pavitra, and I think that's quite an inspiration as well. So thank you for sharing that. We will now move on to Alison.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good morning, ma'am. So, about my unsuccessful, should we on camera?
Yes, we would love to see you, Alison.
Am I
Good.
okay? Hello, everyone. So, about me, I've been part of NCC for like 6 years of my life. From high school, I completed C certificate in NCC last year, C certificate. So, when I was in my second year of SW, that is senior division, I was at the camp for VSC, that is Vayu Sainik camp, where you go for the national level camp called All India Vayu Sainik camp. So I was like best kid shooter there. So everything was going smooth, and I was in the second camp of mine where I had a sudden dip. Like out of 10, I used to get like 6 kills. Then out of 20, 30 also, I used to have zero. So then what happened, I had sudden dip, and they didn't obviously want me anymore because I was not adding to them, and I got rejected in the VSC, so I didn't make it to the All India. But yeah, that was like very sad for me, and yeah, but it was fine later on.
Nice, amazing. I think, when you are rejected, it only helps you with doing more things together. So I think that's been great. Thanks for sharing, Alison. And let's now ask Rahul. Rahul?
Good morning, ma'am. Good
Morning,
morning,
Rahul.
all.
I would really like to see you. Show us your video.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Thank you. And we have a Galaxy Tab A, but darling, I need to know who you are, your name, and either way is coming to you. Over to you, Rahul.
Uh, um, am I visible, ma'am?
You're looking good.
Okay. I'm Rahul Dravid from St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. Okay. My story, a failure story is something which happened in my life. It's a story. I'll just tell that and tell the failure part of it. So
Yes.
once I was like in a road trip, I was going to Chennai. So on the way, I could find many dogs that it was early morning at 6 a.m. So the dogs were dead, and the reason were the vehicles which passed throughout the night. So it was hit. The dogs were hit by the vehicles and was dead. So
Oh.
I was quite concerned. Like many lives are being, without any reason, the dogs are losing their life. So at that point of time, one thing struck to my mind that I should do something so that I could save these dogs. So at that time, the idea what I got is there's some neon color collars which we get. And with that collars, even from a distance of 100 meters during the dark, if any light reflects on that, it's clearly visible. So
Hmm.
I thought I could do something, and first I planned to do it across Bangalore in the highways, like to go all the way to the highways and find the dogs and put up these neon collars to the dogs. So I tried to reach out to a few NGOs, and a few of my friends also helped me to do this. So we are still in a process to achieve this thing. This From Bangalore, not only in Bangalore, even in other part of India, I'll try to do this because in in UK, there is a technology which they are working on. Maybe by 2030, they might achieve this. The technology which they are working on is if there is any dog passing by around 50 meters or 20 meters, the vehicle which is coming, it would stop automatically. But if it takes 2030 in UK to come there, like if it in India, it would take a bit more longer. So by then, if I could try to implement this, it could save many dogs' life. Not only dogs, even if any other like domestic life which is uh, roaming freely in the highways, we could
Yes.
like tie up the collars even for them so that we could save life. This is still under process, so until I succeed in this, I would consider it as a failure. So I'll work on it and make sure I'll try my best to achieve this.
So you know what we're going to do, Rahul? First of all,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
college are you from?
St. Joseph's College, ma'am, Bangalore.
Bangalore, the arts and the previous arts and science.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
Langford. Okay. So what we're going to do is let's take Rahul's as a beautiful story and let's see how we can succeed in it. So step number one, why don't we make this as a campaign for all educational institutions, Rahul? Would you be open
Oh, we can,
for something like that where you have,
sure, ma'am.
huh?
Sure, ma'am. I would love to do that because
Yes.
if in a sorry, ma'am.
So I think you can lead the way. We have a lot of educational institutes coming and supporting you, and we have corporates to back you and take this forward as maybe your startup dream of starting something new here, and with the corporates giving you some funds and making it a reality.
I would love to do that, ma'am, because this is something which I wanted to do.
Okay.
So it'll be good if others help me out.
Yes, I think we can do that. So, Rahul, you're going to leave your details on the chat box whenever you're free, and I will also share my details. And let us definitely connect and make this so called failure of yours an immense success for the world to look at you and say, Rahul has really. I want you to complete your statement. Rahul, what 20 years later? Rahul has succeeded in
Saving lives.
saving lives. Let's give him a big round of applause. That's excellent, Rahul, and I'm glad you're sharing your story. Stay tuned, stay on, and we have with us our dear Galaxy Tab A here. I'm so inquisitive to know who this is. Hello,
Good morning, ma'am.
hi.
Thank you
What's
so
your
much.
name, dear?
Myself, Rasmina Jainuddin. I'm from SMS College from Mawar and a good friend of Apoorva also.
Great. Okay.
Um, Actually, even I'm an archaeology student. When I go to a function, my relatives they ask what you have been taken. So I say that I have taken a BA in archaeology. They will see me like you have taken just a BA. Why? All of other your cousins they have taken science. They are being a engineer, doctor. Why you are BA? So that movement makes me feel so much embarrassment. But
Mm.
my papa, who is supporting me, he says that it's okay if you take a BA. Keep that embarrassment in your mind and move forward. So yeah, I'm just moving forward. I'm just looking up to my goals.
Amazing. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
It's Razmina Jainuddin.
Rasmina, RAS?
RAZ.
MINA, is it, Rasmina?
YEENA.
Excellent. Rasmina, I think you've done a great thing. You're
Yeah.
pursuing with a lot of perseverance and you're really taking it forward. And trust me, one day, with the same dedication that you have, the whole world will open up their eyes and say, because of Rasmina, I want my children to take up archaeology. And I'm sure you will outdo yourself in being one of the best. Please document the work that you're doing because that creates positive vibes and you will have everyone across you supporting you in taking this forward. So great growing, Rasmina, and
Thank you, ma'am.
superb.
And
Yeah,
will I continue?
go ahead.
Yeah. I feel proud that I have a supportive father.
Yeah.
He literally always motivates me. It's okay. It's okay when people demotivates you. Just just think.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have very much supportive father. So I feel proud to have such a good father, and I'm lucky too.
Do you tell him that?
Yeah.
Great, great. I hope he's listening to you right now. Is he? Is he around?
No, no, no. He is out of country. He is staying in, like, he's working in KSL.
Okay, okay. But So glad to hear you have a beautiful relationship with your father, and I'm sure you are already doing him proud. So keep it going. Great,
And
yeah.
being a Muslim, in many houses these things won't happen.
Yes.
So he's just supporting me. I'm just happy for that. I'm always thankful for him.
Amazing, amazing, Rasmina. Thank you for sharing the story. And I'm going to now ask you to focus back on the slides. So I hope you can
Okay,
see
ma'am.
the slides.
Yeah. I can.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, someone was trying to speak. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. And if we can all see it and read it, it says there is a famous Japanese proverb. It says, fall down 7 times, stand up 8 times. A person's greatness lies in getting up after each failure. I want you all to tell me now. You can unmute yourself and talk to me and tell me, where have you failed and what is going to keep you trying and trying again? Yeah, so my question to you is, where have you failed recently and what is still going to keep you going? Please, yeah, I think you can, as you mentioned, come on the chat box and I can unmute you if I think that is a better way of doing things. Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to find out the chat box here. Okay, so is there anyone who would like to share their points here? Where have you failed recently? And what's going to keep you going? We had, great stories shared by everyone. And, for example, Anusha Butt spoke about making her parents proud. And Karthik thinks he wants to be a famous entrepreneur. Is there anyone else who would like to share your success story? We have Ajmal Roshan. Ajmal, yeah, I think we need to unmute you here. I'm just gonna, if you can put in a message, I think on the chat box. Um, I'm just gonna see how I can open it. Yeah. Okay, and can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are. Please start.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So the point which I would love to mention is recently I have failed, as I mentioned, in in forming a team or else motivating others. So I have to grab some energy or more knowledge in motivating others, since my niche is in education, and I believe educating someone, or if everyone is provided with quality education, the world would change and it will be a better place to live. Thank you.
I think those are great insights shared, Ajmal, and just being persistent is going to make it happen. We are going to ask Rifash to please share your views now.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Rifash.
morning, ma'am. Actually, I had failed in my 11th standard twice, which demotivated me a lot. And I wanted to pursue psychology from the age of 14, 15. So that demotivated me, and I thought I was not capable of it as I failed twice in the 11th standard. So I had dropped the idea, but once I'm pursuing my degree, I'm in my third year. I'm not doing psychology at the moment, but it keeps on nagging me that I want to do something in psychology. I still want to pursue it. So I am planning to again rejoin the background of psychology and explore it more and try to connect with it more, because I feel that is my calling. That is where I belong. So I will think that I failed in that sense, but I have found my calling in psychology and I want to help people through psychology. So that would be my answer.
Amazing, Rifash. And I'm going to connect you with, some of, noted psychologists across India and some teams very soon. So, Rifash, if you
Thank
could
you.
please share your contact details, maybe privately, and we're going to get back to you on this. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Great. And Rahul Ezidor Lewis, let's hear from you now.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. In first PUC, I got decent marks. I got some 71 percentage. So I was feeling really bad that I was feeling I had fever, so I couldn't perform up to my optimum, like my what I can perform. So in the second PUC, I had worked very much harder than the first PUC and thought of getting a good percentage marks, but due to these COVID circumstances, I had to back out, and still it's a failure for me, and I think that I can do much more better in the my graduation. So that was my failure, and I never want to just bend down, but think of moving on, thinking that it will make me think of making me myself as an individual to work more harder on my goals.
Great. But Rahul, marks are not everything, and I think there's so much more that we can do in life. So what is it that you plan to do 20 years from now?
uh, like max to max to marks to math at some point, but as an individual I would love to improve my personality and communication skills, which will make my personality a bit reflective from what I am, and I'm working on it, watching a few podcasts and making my communication skills improve more and more, and whatever I watch some few YouTube tutorials, watch view broadcast relating to the economic conditions in the country, and obviously I think of improving myself in every single field, so that I never be left back on any skills like communication or any personality kind of skills, ma'am.
Great. And I think it's good that you acknowledge areas of improvement, because that only makes us move ahead in life and decide what exactly are we looking at
Yes,
doing. So great growing, Rahul.
yeah,
And
ma'am.
now I want to request you all to set your eyes on some of the failures and how they have improved. I hope you can all see the screen. We have Steve Jobs with us, who
Yeah.
says, sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. Is it wrong to make a mistake? I don't know, but he says it is best to admit them quickly. And Rahul, you have done that just now.
Yes, ma'am.
On with improving other innovations. In 1985, Jobs was fired from a company he created. It gave him the opportunity to reassess and start from scratch with new projects such as Next and Pixar. Eventually, he created Apple and became CEO, showing the passion became stronger than failure. What does that mean? That only means that no one said once you fail in something, we cannot pursue it again. I think we can pursue it in a more harsher manner and ensure that we succeed in our lives. But I would like to ask you all today, no matter what you do, even if you have to fail a million times, you're going to still try hard on it, because you will remember today and you will listen and say that the guest speaker, Samira Fernandes, who we spoke to today, she told us that she shared so many success stories of big personalities, and all of them were just like us. We are all in the same boat, Rahul, and there is absolutely no difference.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's take the example of Soichiro Honda. And the Honda vehicles that we all ride and drive and see on the road. He says, my biggest thrill is when I plan something and it fails. Why don't we get a thrill about failing in life? Why should only passing with flying colors high marks make a difference. Let us change the world and get excited when we all fail. Yeah, is that something we can do together?
Yes.
Can we all fail and still get excited in our lives? My biggest thrill is when I plan something and it fails, he says. My mind is then filled with ideas on how I can improve it. He was the first Japanese car manufacturer to be inducted into the Automobile Hall of Fame. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. For more than 4 decades, he battled with failure, adversities, and bankruptcy, and even rejection from Toyota. What does it mean? It only means that it is okay to fail and then to succeed. I'm going to go back to the chat box and we have Aisha and Nasa. Aisha, are you online? We would like to hear from you because I think you speak so beautifully on, you know, yeah, and we have others here. I'm just going to ask you all to say a few words. I would really like to hear from Aisha because she speaks about, you know, the fear of failure and how it can make a difference. Reach out to different people and help them to progress in their career and empower others when necessary. And I think this is the future. I'm going to go back to the slides where we have next with us. We have, let's see who's next. We have Oprah Winfrey. And you know Oprah Winfrey, what does she say? She says, think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. So it's like all of us want to just fail in life because that makes us great. How many of us can say, I want to fail in life? I want to fail. I want to fail because through failure, we get success, right? And Oprah was fired as a television reporter. And then she became one of the most successful women in television. And she launched OWN Network, OWN, in Jan 2011. And after 1 year, with its very low ratings, they suggested that it might close. But today she has got an empire of her own. And I think that goes to show what, other personalities who have failed miserably well. Let's go to J.K. Rowling. It's impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. Again, failure, rejected 12 times before her hugely successful Harry Potter books were published. And she says she was so poor as she says she was as poor as you could be without being homeless. Her hard work and devotion to her idea paid off, and she's now one of the world's wealthiest women. Walt Disney is another favorite of mine. He says, when you believe in a thing, believe in it all the way, implicity and unquestionable. Well, they told him he wasn't creative enough and his business went bankrupt. He hit rock bottom. But his next success was with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And it was the first ever full-length animated film which won 8 Oscars. So now with this, I'm going to play a small video for you so that we all know, where we stand when it comes to, the power, the beauty of life and of sharing. And while we do that, I'm also going to ask you, a success story that we have lived our lives with so that we can share our own stories. I now want to ask you one question. What, I think you've been paying attention to this talk. What does failure mean to you? What is the new meaning of failure? Please share your views on the chat box. Please share, what does failure mean to you on your chat box? So we have great insights coming in, and we have failure equal to success. I would now like to quickly invite you, any five of you, to share your thoughts. Can I unmute you? Please raise your hands. All of you have given excellent things, and we are giving points to those who are giving us responses. And I'm going to now ask, we have Rahul Isidore Lewis. What does failure mean to you? The new true meaning of failure.
Ma'am, failure is basically is a reality check to your reality check to success. Obviously, as an individual, it makes you to realize like where you are committing a mistake, and it helps you to make grow yourself as an individual, and reaching towards success causes you sacrificing a lot of uh, wrong things that you are committing, and as an individual it overall makes you a greater person to uh, come at the success point, and coming at the success point requires a lot of sacrifice, realizing your mistakes where you're committing, and
Yeah.
as an individual it helps to grow, man.
Excellent, Rahul. Excellent. I think great points. And I'm going to ask Nikita, Emmanuel.
Ma'am, it's immaculate, ma'am.
Great, Nikita. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So my point on failure is that it shows us that we are on the right path, which we are supposed to be in. Because I think when we feel that we have failed in something, it means that we want that thing, and that when we know that we want it and we have, only then will we feel depressed and distressed that we have failed in something. And that failure also shows that we are moving towards what we want, and it motivates us, and it assures us that we are definitely going to do something in that path which we have chosen.
Great, great. And is this your new redefined version of what failure is, Nikita?
Yes, ma'am. I feel this is what I have been following, and I feel this is what I will follow in future as well.
Great. Very inspiring, Nikita. And now we move on to Rahul.
Oh. Hi guys again. Okay. According to me, ma'am, failure, even from the very small age, from the day we started walking, where a failure starts. We try to stand up, we fall, we try again. It's a continuous process. From there till our last breath, we fail and then we succeed. So failure is something which will motivate ourselves to succeed in life. At times we might work hard and we might fail, and at times we have to work smart so that we achieve the goal. So failure teaches us to work hard and smart so that we achieve our goal, whatever it's there in front of our eye. the vision which we tend to achieve. And it involves even the potential which we have to achieve that, even that matters a lot. Without that, it's not possible for us to achieve. So failure is a major role to achieve our success.
Great insight shared. And when we talk about capabilities, let's ask Anjum Sultana now.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Anjum.
So,
Where
according to
which college?
St. Joseph's College, Bangalore.
Bangalore. Go ahead, Anjum.
So, to me, failure is something like a trial and error approach. Every time you try something new, you find a fault, and this leads us to a way where we find the best solution to what we want. So, it's like a trial and error approach. Every time you make an effort, you find something goes wrong, and then you come to a conclusion. This is the place you're going wrong, and you get the solution to what you want. So this is what I feel about failure.
Great, Anjum. And I want to ask you, can we look at an example of failure and where you can perhaps even reach out to, people around you to make things possible?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yeah. So let's ask you, give us one example, Anjum. Which area have you failed of late? Anything specific that you could share?
Yes, ma'am. Just a few days back, I had an interview in college. So that is for campus placement. I really wanted to get into that company. I was really confident that I would get in the company. But I realized that somewhere I lacked the skill. So after that, I realized where I was wrong, and I'm preparing for what I have to. So I feel that sometimes what you think you lack is only when you go through, when you make an attempt.
Yeah.
So I felt that I'm not so good at communication. So because of which I couldn't get into that company. So I realized that I need to improve on this.
So what happened after that? Have they come back to you and have they taken a decision as of now?
No, ma'am, they haven't. I'm looking forward for other companies to come.
So Anjum, why don't we use this as an experience? Why don't you go back to that company and thank them for giving you a chance and say you attended a workshop and you built on your skills and you ask them for another try. And I will ensure you they will give you the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am, sure. I would like to do that.
Yes, I think you should do that. Get back to the company, speak to them, and tell them that you are so excited at this job, and you felt you were lagging because of communication skills, and you say immediately, I took, I took charge of this aspect of mine, and I attended a communication workshop on leadership communication. And say, I've worked on certain areas, I've realized and introspected, and I would like to request you to give me another chance. Please,
ma'am.
Immediately, and you know my details, you know how to get me. Let us ensure we get you another chance there, Anjum.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Thank you so much.
On this? So that's with Anjum. Let's move forward now. Is there anyone else who would like to share a story? Please, raise your hand so that we can ask you the question. And Rahul, I think we still have your hand raised. Do you want to talk again, or is it something that we have asked? We have Ajmal Roshan. Yeah, Ajmal, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So for me, like if I fail, it is a time where I have to, it's a time for introspection.
Yes.
It doesn't mean my entire vision or what I have thought, my entire idea is a bluff. It doesn't mean so. What I may be lacking a simple strategy or a simple point which can correct my entire journey. So I would go up to my vision with better strategy if I fail. Thank you.
Great. And while we speak on that, here is a golden opportunity I would like to give you all. If any of you, I hope you're hearing me out, if any of you would like to improve your communication skills, if any of you would like to enter into a job where you have like, some training and also an internship, we have News Karnataka with us. And I think, as you may know, News Karnataka is based out of 60 countries across the globe. And currently, they are offering internships where you can enhance your communication skill, your marketing, your selling, content writing, interacting, networking. So, if any of you are looking for an internship, please message me privately, and this could be a starter. It could be something you could do while you're working or studying, maybe like a part-time job, and you benefit from it by meeting beautiful, wonderful people out there. So I think that is something that we can look at together, and it'll also help you find out what you want to do in life. I know most of you are asking me for my phone number. I cannot give it to you right now, but I will definitely text you my email ID. Okay, I'm actually having a horrible throat, but I just love speaking to you all, and I'm sending you my email ID and my personal email ID and my official email ID as well. And it's samira.fernandes@gmail.com or samira.f@ecosolglobal.com. And you can reach out to me if you're looking at a long-term job or a placement, you're looking at an internship, or you're welcome, Aisha. And even if you're looking at, Ajmal, thank you. Even if you're looking at some career advancement and development, because there are a multitude of jobs out there. And it only makes sense for all of us to explore horizons, look at better scopes in doing things. Okay, now I'm going to move on and let's go back to the slides because I think we have just a few minutes left and I don't want to waste your time as well. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint slide. We just have a few slides and guess what we're going to talk about? Any idea? Well, it says new share PowerPoint. I hope you can see the screen. It talks about most innovative companies. And I think if you can see the list, there are a lot of, good companies that we are kind of dealing with. Different ones: Amazon, Microsoft, Samsung, Huawei, and Huawei, and Sony, IBM, Facebook, Tesla. Do you know IKEA is currently in Karnataka? How many of you have tried to look at various jobs, in such multinational companies, Nestle coming up? Well, I like the slide because I think this is what the future is all about. It says the future is coming and sooner than you think. These emerging technologies will change the way we live, how we look after our bodies, and help us avert a climate disaster. And I think, these people who you all kind of know, they're quite well known when it comes to innovations. Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, Sheryl Sandberg, Mark Zuckerberg, and Sheila Marcello. And these are some people who have just, kind of looked for better careers ahead. While that goes on, I want you to look at this slide, something that is very close to my heart because I love eating.
I love eating, man.
And the future currently is of, being in a diet and taking care of yourselves. And all of a sudden, with cholesterol and, the trans fats and areas, they are currently, working on inventions to give us meatless burgers. Please unmute yourselves, my dear friends. All those who are, yeah, just making noise there. But let's look at the meatless burgers and say that for all those who still are having a want of such food, there are still options available. Um, with this, I want to ask you, okay, let's go to another slide which talks about the driverless cars. And what I liked is a Philadelphia woman gives birth in front seat of a Tesla car which runs on autopilot. Just imagine a car which runs on autopilot and you have a lady from Philadelphia giving birth in the front seat. Look at the inventions and what the world is coming into. And have you all seen this fast charging car? They talk about electric vehicles. So the problem right now is electric vehicles take so long to charge. But you currently have this new thing coming up, which takes just a few minutes. And they can just have coffee there, go for a toilet break, and whoops, your car is charged. And these are the kind of things that you can charge in like 10 minutes. So I think these are some of the options. I really like this quote of Jack Canfield, and it says, "You are not given a dream unless you have the capacity to fulfill it." And I want to now ask you all to share, what is your personal dream? I'm not asking you for a professional dream. What is your personal dream? And what is it that you want to fulfill? If today was the last day of our lives, what is the dream that you would like to fulfill today? Please raise your hands up in the chat. I'm going to unmute you, and I want you not to type this time, not to type, but to share. We have just, I think, 10 minutes more to go, and we are looking at participation as well. Please do share, yeah, your dreams, and I'm going to unmute you. Yeah, but I don't want you to put in your comments on the box, Sheldon. I want you to raise your hand in the chat box so that the world can hear you, because this is a dream. Think you have one day left, and we need to make this dream a reality. So who's going to share your dream with us, and how do we work on it together? Come on. Yeah, so let's ask Sheldon. Thumbs up, Sheldon, for coming online. Go ahead.
Hello, ma'am.
Sheldon, welcome, and I want to hear about your dream.
If this was my last day, I would surely want to beat Elon Musk, and I want to be more richer than him. I want to have I want to do such a.
Sorry?
Now currently I would have a signature. In future, it would have become an autograph. So I would want to be more successful than anyone others. So everyone would be inspired from me and have motivation to be like me. If this was my last day.
Amazing, Sheldon.
So there are many friends like me who have these dreams so that they could be a successful people. So I hope that all my friends and even my who are watching this video to be successful by seeing this seminar. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sheldon, and I wish you all the best, Sheldon. Hats off to you. And now we're going to ask Dina.
Hello, ma'am.
Dina, go ahead. Which college are you from?
My dream will be like, I'm from St. Joseph, Bangalore.
Okay.
My dream will be like, I want to be a happiest person in the world, like more than a richer person, and the inner peace matters a lot for me.
Great. That's good to hear, Dina, and I wish you all the best with your dream. Sheldon, you didn't tell us which college you're from.
I am from SMS College, Brahmawar.
Brahmawar, okay. So that's a beautiful place. Let's ask Apoorva Rao. What is your dream, Apoorva?
Hello, ma'am. Once again, hello, everyone. So, my dream would be if today was the last day, I would like to travel throughout the whole world, wherever possible, until the last minute and acquire and observe as much as possible everything new and everything that's really special that I haven't seen. So, that's it.
Great, and I hope your dream always comes true, Apoorva. And we're gonna ask Rahul now. Apoorva, which college are you from?
I'm from SMS College, Brahmavara.
Okay, great. Rahul?
Hi everyone. Okay. Mom, I have two dreams. One is like I'm a foodie and I travel to different places to taste the food. So if this is the last day, I would love to travel to nooks and corner of the world and taste the different food. And the other thing is, uh, at present, many don't have the mental peace, inner peace, and they're not happy basically. So I want to be happy and travel the world.
Great. And you're from which college, Rahul?
Uh, St. Joseph's College, Bangalore.
You're at St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. So do you feel your college is empowering you all towards your dream? Are they doing anything to make it a success?
Oh yes, mom, they do.
Okay. So
Like
you
even the smallest thing from they do encourage us.
okay, okay. How are the students? I mean, how are your classmates, the teachers, the principal? Do you feel all are aligned with the positive culture of the college, Rahul?
Yes, mom, they do.
Wonderful,
Like
wonderful.
any help we need, we just ask them. Even if we fail to keep a track of that, they ask us in return.
Hmm. And I think you're in a great college because your principal just got the national award for being the best principal, right?
Yes, mom.
Amazing, amazing. Hats off to you for being in such a great place, having
Thank you,
visionary.
mom.
Great, Rahul. And now we're going to ask Rifat.
Hello, once again. If this was my last day, I would actually still stick to my plan of helping the adolescents, but through the nature and through the environment, through the freshness in the air. Sorry if there's a disturbance. Yeah, through I would like to help the adolescent because at the moment I feel adolescents are those. That is the time period where people are so tensed about their life, so confused about their lives. So helping them would be my major goal.
Great. I'm so proud of you, Nikita. I'm so proud of you, Riaz.
Rifash, ma'am.
Rifash, which
Yes.
college are you from?
I'm from St. Aloysius College, Mangalore.
Amazing. I think you're in a wonderful college, and I was
Thank you,
with your
ma'am.
principal, Praveen Martis,
Thank
yesterday.
you,
I
ma'am.
really admire the way he got. Do you know he got 14 principals, to the college during this Omicron wave, and it was so inspiring the way he led innovative and education techniques forward. So hats off to you. I'm
Thank you,
gonna
ma'am.
ask. Thank you, Rifash. Nikita, Immaculate, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. If I'm right, I'm asked about if today was my last day. So what would I would want to do? And I think, ma'am, if this was my last day, I think I would drop on all my material goals and would just want to spend the entire day with my loved ones. Because I think ultimately it all this is makes no sense when you're going to die in another few minutes. And actually, on speaking on a long run, I did dream. I haven't spoken about this anywhere, but I think this will be the first place I will be talking about this particular dream of mine. I really wish to completely be responsible for two orphan children, at least in my life, for their entire education and ma'am, like supporting and helping them in whatever ways to settle their lives and all of that. Apart, I really wish I could do it and hope it would happen one day.
Amazing. I think that comes from the heart. Nikita, which college are you from?
I'm from St. Joseph's College of Commerce, Bangalore, ma'am.
Amazing, amazing. And I'm sure, you know, from my experience, there are a lot of things I wanted to do in life. But, when you are open about them, the whole world conspires to come and support you and to make things possible.
Thank
I
you
had
so much, ma'am.
similar dreams before. You will not believe, and maybe that is what I can share here. I had a dream, just like that when I was in my teens. And it so happened that I love writing, and it happened to be a competition. And I just took part for the love of writing, and it was quite a hefty amount of, I think, 15,000 rupees in maybe 15 years ago. And surprisingly, I won the first place. And when I got that money in my hand, I actually had a dream to support children, for their education, to children. And you will not believe it, in less than a month, Nikita, I had this cash and I went to the mother. She did, she had lost, the children had lost the father. Went to the mother, I gave her the money in the hand and I said, I had this dream and I had this want. And it's so surprising because I was not earning. And I had this money from the competition and I gave it to her. And it was a beautiful feeling. And that's when I felt,
Yes, ma'am. It's so inspiring, ma'am, to have you here.
Have a dream. I can promise you, Nikita, the whole world will come to you in one or the other way. And you will ensure that you earn, you get the money, and you will support them. And I'm sure it's going to happen soon.
I
And
really hope so too, ma'am.
it
Thank
will-
you so much for your
and
positive
be in
words.
touch wherever I can support. Let us make this possible. We have, I think, who is asked. We have Ajmal Roshan. Yeah, go ahead, Ajmal.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So if today was the last day in my life, I would try to motivate as much people as I can. And I would embed them with confidence by saying, in this last moment of my life, what I am regretting is not of what I did in my life, but what I didn't do in my life. And
Yeah.
the thought which would reverberate is my actions and my visions, which I didn't work upon. So I would urge them to work on your dreams and to defenestrate all the doubts and their fear in their mind for failure. So that would be my, if it was the last day of my life, it would be what I would be doing. Thank you.
Amazing, Ajmal. Beautiful. Shashank, let's hear from you.
Hello, ma'am. I'm from St. Joseph's College, Bangalore.
Okay, Shashank, go ahead.
So, yes, if today was my last day, I would like to be as a civil servant. First of all, there is one thing inside me that I want to enjoy that power of being civil servant for myself.
Okay.
And with that power, I would also like to change the life of people who are suffering from that power.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it matters for me, like I want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, man. Like I want to be a civil servant, and with that power I should change lives of people.
Great. And Shashank, how have you been working in this direction? May I ask you that?
Yes, ma'am. Like first of all, like I was not thinking about being a civil servant, but all these things was like put upon from my father and two of my uncles. Like they told me that you can do this, like go do the, be a civil servant. Like they are motivating me like that. So I'm working on it. And in the next 2 years, I'm work like it's like a do or die situation for me. The next 2 years,
Okay.
like that's I should do. Otherwise, I'm not. So like do what I see the situation for me the next 2 years, I should do it. That's the thing, ma'am. I'm working on it.
Do you have the right contacts, people who are helping you?
That's what I am lacking, ma'am. I need more contacts. That's what I'm searching for. That's only taking me more time.
If you can send me an email, Shashank.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. I will send you, ma'am.
I can definitely connect you to the right people to take it forward.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
send me a very comprehensive email of what you want and what you're looking for.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. I will.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Let's
ma'am.
put that in action. And now let us move on back to the presentation slide. I hope you can see it. Yeah. And what is this? The iPhone glasses. Yeah. And some of the latest trends and innovation. Imagine a keyboard which you can just clear because everything is ingrained. And this is great because this is actually a new device mechanism for those who are climbing stairs and who want to not rely on others for support. A cutting board which talks about the different weights that are in the system. So I'm going to go very quickly to, it says you attract the energy that you give off. Spread good vibes, think positive, and enjoy life. I now want to go on to some bright ideas in terms of, the manifesting the life of. But before that, what are some of the careers that are currently, the future? And I know you must have heard this before, but I really want you to take a quick while so that yes. Sorry, I think we are on. We're gonna unmute Krupa. Yeah. So what are some of the careers that you can look at and take into action? So for example, let's go to, yeah. We went to India Today education site and they were talking about, some of the job for the year. Can I ask you all to kindly mute yourselves? Yeah.
Person ಇದೆ ತಗೋ. Blue person ಇದೆ.
Yeah. Yeah, and so let's do that. Thank you for this and some of the careers for today. So let's start with how important it is to choose the right career. And why is it important? Because that is where the future lies. Yeah. So data analyst, if you have seen, according to the changes of late, this is being one of the biggest jobs and the future of work. We have around 1.7 MB of data is being generated every second by an individual. And everything we do online generates data, whether it's shopping online, looking up at places, even a basic Google. And organizations actually collect this data and because it helps them understand user behavior patterns and trends. And that helps them make informed business decisions. And to take these business decisions forward, we are having at least 39,000 new analytics related jobs this year itself. So for all of you who are looking at, getting yourselves well acquainted with the market, seeing what is going on, please look at such career options where you can feel comfortable about doing things on your own. The second one we had, and with 1 to 4 years of experience, you can learn nothing less than 4 to 6 lakhs annually. So I think this is something that we are looking at. Cybersecurity. The second option, the second job we have, which are the future of jobs, is, I hope you can see the screen. It is cybersecurity. So with cybersecurity, there's so much of dependence on the internet, easy accessibility of data, but they're also prone to cyber attacks. And the government, companies are always looking at experts to join their teams. And amidst the recession, cybersecurity domain has seen a rapid growth. So, let's look at 3.5 million unfilled jobs worldwide. And again, 2 to 4 lakhs, and can even earn 6 to 9 lakhs. Let's just sitting at home, by the way. Let's look at the third one, which is a product manager. But before that, we have the cloud engineer who talks about cloud computing professionals who are going all out to do things, cloud engineers, and based on the years of experience, nothing less than 10 lakhs in a year. We have another slide which talks about the product manager. Yeah, we have the product manager. And for the product manager, once again, they're the professionals who identifies with consumer needs, and they play a big role in an organization. Right now in Karnataka alone, we're looking at least 20,000 project managers, product managers, and with a salary sitting at home of nothing less than 10 lakhs. You should know we have artificial intelligence, which is also another buzzword. Sitting at home, you can look at applications such as the Google Voice Assistant, Amazon Alexa, the Apple Siri, all using algorithms. And these companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google are always looking up for those who are into artificial intelligence specialists and offering them lucrative packages. So for all those who are looking at jobs, keep this in mind in terms of the future of jobs. I like this saying. It says, I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, not just from the war, but from my last job interview. Yeah. So I'm not going to go into competencies, but for all of you out here, I know most of you might be searching for jobs soon or looking at earning while you are learning, but they say someone important is bound to see my resume now, and he drops millions of resumes from his building. And my question to you is that how you want to go about life? Or are you going to look at the future of jobs? For example, we have cool jobs by 2025 that people would pick up. Digital cultural commentators, you have a personal content creator, ethical technologies, space tour guides, digital commenters, virtual reality, sustainable power innovators, the Internet of Things, everything aligned with the Internet. There's something called a human body designer as well. And with this, find your future career the way you want it. And now a quick question to you all before we end the session. What, according to you, are some of the innovative future careers of tomorrow? You can raise your hand to share your points or put it in the chat. Whatever is comfortable for you. What, according to you, are some of the innovative careers of the future? Chartered accountant. Okay, so I'm going to mute. Is there anyone who would like to speak before we end? A quick question on innovative careers of tomorrow. Someone who's not spoken till now. Content writing, okay. Chartered accountant is always, what are the future? People are going to the Mars, the moon. None of you want to go out there? Comic writer, wow, that's interesting. And we have Dina who says a YouTuber, great. Traveling, great. And I think all of you have shared some very interesting points. And before we, kind of, wow, we have Nathan talking about a crypto miner or a company that mines crypto. Okay. A lot of great points shared. This is wonderful. So I think you all have shared great insights. And before we end this conversation, I would like to ask you all, can you give me 3 important points that you have learned from today's session? Or unmute. I can unmute you very quickly. 3 things.
Hello.
Ma'am, is it over? I think students are still answering for the last question you asked. I hope I'm audible and visible to you all. Thank you, Alison. So, good afternoon. They say everything that begins has to meet its ends at some span of time. And we have arrived at the end of today's session. It's indeed a pleasure to me to propose the vote of thanks this noon. Okay, madam's trying to speak.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, you're audible.
Yeah, Akila, I'm sorry, but I think we have just 3 people who would like to answer here.
Because there wasn't any response, I had to start.
Okay.
It's okay. Please
Yeah.
take over.
Thank you. Can we ask Aisha? Aisha, please go ahead.
Ma'am, we should never give up. Like whatever we are doing, we should keep on doing, keep on trying until and unless we could, achieve that goal. Secondly, we should always have a leadership quality in ourselves, And third, we should never procrastinate ourselves, to do something, to try something. We should never take the step back, we can't do this, we can't do that. We should always try something new, something different. Like it's a big life, we should do always certain things. Thank you, ma'am.
Aisha, that was simply lovely, and thank you for sharing. Yeah, thank you, Yuva. I'm just drinking. I'm having a horrible throat, unfortunately. But thank you for that, Yuva. I'm going to have a lot of hot water. Let's go on to Rifash. Go ahead, Rifash.
Mom, I feel what I've learned is failure is very important. We take failure as something which is a downfall. but actually failure is something which shows you the goal, which makes you more oriented about it, and makes you believe what you are doing. If there was no failure, we would believe in achieving everything, right? Maybe we can if we put our goals through it, but failure shows us what truly we believe and what truly our goals are. So something with failure is, it's not something which is negative, but failure is a positive aspect of life.
Great, great insights, Rifash. And let's ask Rahul Dravid now. Rahul, over to you. And before Rahul starts, Rahul, before you start, I'm going to request
Yes, ma'am.
all of you out there. We have currently, I think, 321 participants. All of you will be on your videos, and we're going to take a group photo with a thumbs up sign. Okay. So in the next 2 minutes, we're going to do that because this might be our first meeting or our last meeting together. But let us make it the meeting, okay, of the year January 2021, where we show that our failure is our success. 2022, sorry, Jan 2022. Okay, so we're going to start. Rahul, you're going to speak soon, but till then, all of you get ready. You don't need to put makeup just like me. Just be simple yourself because the world likes you as you are, especially as women. So, Rahul, over to you now.
Yes, ma'am. First is we should be the inspiration to our own goals. So until we succeed, there's no one who could inspire you more than yourself. Because you're the ultimate person who know what your goal is and how to achieve it. You can take guidance from others, but you should be the main source of inspiration. Second, learn from your failures and don't let failure motivate you to succeed. And third, you might get obstacles, but still you can overcome that. Nothing can stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. Thank you.
Great insight shared, Rahul. And I'm so proud of what you do. Is there anyone else? I said 5 people. So we're finished with Rifash and Rahul. And okay, I'm sorry. No, don't raise your hands up because I said only 5. And that's when you get the best of the opportunities you have. I'm going to ask Apoorva now, and then we have 2 more and we end. Apoorva, over to you.
Hello, ma'am. So, as per today's program, I would like to say that dreams were given to us with a reason. So, in this process, the failures will act as a key and help us to grow. And ultimately, growing is what is necessary. So, thank you, ma'am, for such a beautiful program that you have given.
Amazing. I love the way you dream, Apoorva. And I'm sure you're going to be super special in coming out. And as you know, I've already shared my email ID. I'm going to share it again after the group photo. And for all those who dare to dream and you want us to make it a reality, you need any help, feel free to reach out. When you send me a mail, please let me know who you are, your full name, your college name, where you're from, and how we can help you. Aisha, Ansa, I was waiting for you to speak. I would love to see you as well. And now I'm going to give you the floor. Go ahead, Aisha. Which college are you from? Aisha?
Good afternoon. Is it audible?
Very much, Aisha. Go ahead. Which college are you
Good
from?
afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm from SMS College, Brahmavar.
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. The precious time that you saved for us, thank you for that, ma'am.
Welcome back.
And yeah, the first thing that I learned from this is to take initiative from anything that you have in front of you.
So
Take
sweet.
initiative.
So
And
sweet.
to communicate with others, the opportunity you get is the last or the first. You get it only once, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and even to motivate others by what you get. That's it, ma'am. Thank you.
I really appreciate your insights, Aisha, and I think that was great sharing. And
Thank you,
Nikita,
ma'am.
yeah, Nikita, over to you. Nikita, you're from St. Joseph's, right?
Yes, ma'am. I am from St. Joseph's, and thank you very much, ma'am, for in the first place for allotting such an. I know it's very uh, precious. Time is very precious for a person like you, and giving so much time for us is really, it means a lot to us. And yes, ma'am, coming to the point where what did I learn from the session after listening to so many inspiring stories and the lovely discussion we've had with all the other students as well. I think the one thing I'll take back home today is that failure is gives a value to what we achieve.
Yes.
So, and if there wasn't a failure, what we achieve has no value. And right now, if there are people who are saying, I've achieved this in that happy face of theirs and having that bright smile on their face, is because they've overcome something big and that obstacle. And I think that's a big take back from this session which I've had. Thank you so much, ma'am, once more. And
So
all the others for bearing with me. I'm unmuting myself most of the time to talk, and thanks for the patient listening as well.
that's lovely. That's lovely. And I think that's a great sign of being proactive in life. You don't need to worry about the rest, Nikita. And yes, as you said, those with the biggest of smiles only show that they have really gone through such tough times, challenging times, burnt on the fire, but become so strong that they can reach out to the world, share their success story, and succeed. And I think, yes, rightly said, let us rejoice when we have failed because we know we are much more closer to success at that time. Rahul, I think you wanted to share something, if I'm not mistaken.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so before we end, as I have asked you all, can you please unmute yourselves? Show us your videos. We're going to take a group photo. Oh, that's so wonderful. You all look so wonderful. Oh my God. You're hiding your face from me for so long for the last 2 hours. Not at all acceptable. Amazed. Oh my God. This is heavenly. So you're going to unmute yourself. We have 330 people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my phone right now and take a photo of all of you. Yeah. I'm going to ask the administrator to unmute you all and let's get the photo taken. So when I say cheese, you're going to smile. Are you ready? Yeah. So at the count of 3, cheese. Can we have our hands up in the air like a thumbs up? 1, 2, and 3. You're going to stay intact. 1 second because I have, oh my God. Okay. This is going to take 1, 2, and 3. I have 14 screens. 3. Yeah, and I'm at the screen. 1 second. Okay. Just a second. Hang in there. Great. Yeah, okay. So this is wonderful. I've got all your photos here. It's so beautiful. It's a lovely occasion. I am going to also um, put up my details once again at gmail.com and my official ID, kasolglobal.com. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you all today. And I've really enjoyed the session and I look forward wherever you need help in an internship and a placement in connecting with you all, please reach out with all your best details. And I thank St. Aloysius College for this beautiful opportunity to connect with 330 students. Wow. All on a beautiful auspicious day of Jan 22nd, 2022. And I'm just going to take a photo, 330 students, record breaking from so many colleges around India. So once again, to all of you, God bless you all for your support. And I will now request the Aloysius team to take it forward. Over to you, Sonal and the team. Thank you for your comments. I am absolutely humbled by the chat box. Thank you for your beautiful comments at the moment. Akila? Akila, you're on mute.
Good afternoon, one and all. I hope I'm audible to you all.
Yes, Akila. Excellent. Go ahead.
Yes. This year elegance has to meet its end at today's session. Pleasure to me to propose the vote of thanks this noon. First and foremost, I want to thank the resource person of today's program, Ms. Samira Fernandes, who has shared so much of her views to the students present today. It was wonderful listening to you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you too, Akila.
I thank the president of today's program, our principal, Reverend Dr. Pravin Mathis, who has always been our constant support to organize any event successfully. Thank you, Father. I extend my thanks to the coordinator of today's program, Mr. Sonal Lobo. Thank you very much, sir. I also thank Dr. Rachel D'Souza for coordinating and moderating today's program successfully. A special thanks to Mr. Royal and team for the technical assistance. Thank you very much. And finally, on behalf of the entire organizing committee, I extend my thanks to all the students who have been present for today's session. Thank you, one and all. And I now request all the students to fill the feedback form that would appear in the chat box to receive your e-certificates. Wishing you all a wonderful day. Thank you once again. Hoping to have more sessions with you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Definitely, Akila, and look forward to more.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.